Hey guys, welcome back. Now we're going to start Thursday's lesson from April 16th. So the first thing that today we're going to talk about social studies, which included responsibilities at home. Then we're going to talk about your chores that maybe you do at home. Then we're going to do some subtraction problems, and we're going to end with a book and writing your own sentence about the book. All right, let's get started. The very first thing that we are going to do is look at these pictures. Hopefully you can see my screen. I want you to tell me, what do you see in the pictures? There's 1, 2, 3 pictures. What do you see? You might see a boy walking a dog. Might see a child playing in the snow, building a snowman. And you might see another person raking some leaves. Now tell me, which of these 3 pictures show a student or a child being responsible? Walking their dog, playing in the snow, or raking leaves? Which ones show someone being responsible? Yes, walking your dog is being responsible. And raking leaves is being responsible. That's doing yard work. Now I want you to share your chore chart or your list of chores that you do at home. So on your chore chart, you might have things like making your bed, cleaning your room. Some students had brushing their teeth. Others had helping with laundry by either putting the clothes in the machine or helping fold them or putting them away in their room. Other students had to help clean different parts of the house, like they had to help clean the bathroom or help clean the kitchen. Others had to help set the table or help clean the table when they were done with dinner or other meals. So what are some things that you have on your chore chart? And if you don't have one, maybe you can talk to your family about different jobs that you could do to help at home. If you have a pet, maybe you help feed the pet. If it's a dog or if it's a cat. All right, now we're going to get ready to move on to math. For math today, we're going to be working on different subtraction problems. All right, now we're going to do math. Tell me, what do you see in the picture? You see some fish? And what do you notice about one of the fish? It's swimming away. So how many fish do we have in all? Let's count them. 1, 2, 3. 3 fish. And how many is swimming away? 1 fish. Then how many is left over? 2 fish. So 3 minus 1 equals 2. Great job. Now let's look at this page. I want you to find the number 1 inside the red apple. What do you see next to the number 1? Crabs. How many crabs are there? Let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we have 5 crabs to start. And then you notice that there's how many crossed out? 1, 2. So we're taking 2 crabs away. 5 minus 2. How many are left? 2, 3. There are 3 crabs left. So 5 minus 2 equals 3. Wonderful. Now I want you to try number 2 in the sun and number 3 in the leaf by yourself. I'm going to give you a few minutes to work on them, and then we'll go over the answers. So next to number 2, you see some turtles. How many turtles are there all together? So 4 minus what number equals 3? How many turtles do you need to take away to equal 3? That's right. 4 minus 1 equals 3. Now let's look at number 3. How many lobsters do you see? 4 lobsters. Our problem says 4 minus how many equals 1. How many lobsters do you need to take away to have only 1 left? You're right, you need to take away 3 lobsters. So 4 minus 3 equals 1. Great job. We're all done with our subtraction problems for today. Now the very last thing that we're gonna do is read a book. I have a book, I have a book, I have a book, I have a book. And my book has a front cover. And my book has a back cover. And my book even has a spine. And I know that the spine holds the pages together. And my book has a title. And this book's title, let's see how many words are in the title. Remember, a word is a group of letters separated by a space. 1 space 2. This title has 2 words. And the title is Peter's Chair. Now, there is only one name on the front cover. So that means that this person is the author and the illustrator. So what does that mean? They wrote the words like an author does, and they drew the pictures like an illustrator does. They did both those jobs. This author and illustrator is Ezra Jack Keats. When we open up the book, we see the table of contents. Earlier, we read this story. Now we're going to read the first story in the book. What page do we need to go to? That's right, page 4. Let's turn the page. Now you see over here is the dedication page. Sometimes authors, when they write stories, they write it for someone else or in honor of somebody. So on the dedication page, it'll say who the book was written in honor of or for. This one says for Joan Roseman. Over here we have our title page. The title page tells us the name of the book, and it usually does not have a page number. Peter stretched as high as he could. There, his tall building was finished. Crash! Shh, called his mother. You're going to have to play more quietly. Remember, we have a new baby in the house. Peter looked into his sister Susie's room. His mother was fussing around the cradle. That's my cradle, he thought, and they painted it pink. Peter, said his father. Would you like to help paint Sister's high chair? It's my high chair, whispered Peter. He saw his crib and muttered, My crib, it's painted pink too. Not far away stood his old chair. They didn't paint that yet, Peter shouted. How do you think Peter feels about all his old things being painted pink? Do you think he likes it? No, it doesn't seem like it. Let's see what happens next. He picked up his old chair and ran to his room. Let's run away, Willie, he said. Peter filled a shopping bag with cookies and dog biscuits. We'll take my blue chair, my toy crocodile, and the picture of me when I was a baby. Willie got his bone. They were outside and stood in front of his house. This is a good place, said Peter. He arranged his things very nicely and decided to sit in his chair for a while. Now, who do you think Willie is? Is this Willie? Is this Willie? Or is this Willie? You're right, Willie is the dog. But he couldn't fit in the chair. He was too big. His mother came to the window and called, Won't you come back to us, Peter dear? We have something very special for lunch. Peter and Willie made believe that they didn't hear. But Peter got an idea. Soon his mother saw signs that Peter was home. That rascal is hiding behind the curtain, she said happily. She moved the curtains away, but he wasn't there. Here I am, shouted Peter. Peter sat in a grown-up chair. His father sat next to him. Daddy, said Peter, let's paint the little chair pink for Susie. And they did. So tell me, what was that story about? Yeah, at the beginning, Peter was not happy that everything of his, all his old things were being painted pink. So what did he decide to do about it? He took his old chair and he ran away. But at the end of the book, what happened? He decided to share his things. He helped his dad paint the chair pink for his baby sister because he realized that he was big now and he didn't need those things anymore. So now that Peter's big, what are some things that you think he could do around his home to help? Think back to some of those things that are on your chore chart. Think about some of the things that you do at home to help. So now I want you to write a sentence saying one thing that Peter can do around his house to help. Remember that a sentence starts with a capital letter. So a sentence starts with a capital letter and it ends with an ending mark. Look at this ending mark. What does it look like to you? It looks like a dot. An ending mark that looks like a dot is called a period. Can you say period? At the end of a sentence, you put this dot or this period to show that you're done with your thought. So for your sentence, you are going to write Peter can, and then you write one of the things that he can do now. If you're not sure how to spell Peter, let's look back at the story to figure it out. We can look at the table of contents. The word Peter is right here. And this is a good first word because the first letter is capital. P, E, T, E, R, Peter. Your first word in your sentence is going to be Peter. P, E, T, E, R, Peter. We're going to write Peter can. Now, can was one of our sight words this year, so you should already have a good idea of how to spell it. If you're not sure or you don't remember, then you can try sounding it out. What's the first sound you hear in the word can? Yeah, k, k. What letter makes the k sound? Letter C. What's the next sound you hear? K, k, can, can. So the start of your sentence should look like Peter can. When you're all done with your sentence, you can send me a picture so I can see all your hard work. Great work today. Bye.